All right, let's talk about SEO. If you're in marketing or you run a business, you know the feeling. The ground is always shifting. New buzzwords, old rules go out the window, and it feels like every week someone is shouting from the rooftops that SEO is dead. Well, today we're going to cut through all that noise.
This is the big one, right? It's the question that's probably been nagging you, especially with AI changing everything. Are we watching search engine optimization get replaced by something new? Some other three-letter acronym we have to learn?
But here's the thing. This chaos, it's not new. Our source for today's explainer, Alexander Rodriguez Silva, makes a fantastic point. SEO has always been doing this. It's always been evolving, dying, and being reborn. This isn't its first identity crisis, and it's definitely not going to be its last. So to get some real clarity, here's our game plan. We'll start with this identity crisis, then we're going to completely redefine what a search engine even is. After that, we'll get to the truth about semantic SEO, look at how the job itself is changing, and we'll wrap up with a playbook you can actually use. Okay, let's dive right into this identity crisis. That feeling that the ground is always moving under your feet, it really comes from a misunderstanding of what SEO is at its core. For too long, we've treated it like this static, technical thing, which is kind of like trying to fit the entire ocean into a small bucket. See, the problem is we've got this narrow view of SEO as just a checklist for Google, but that's selling it short. When you really zoom out, you realize its true purpose is the art and science of optimizing information for any kind of search. And that, my friends, is a much bigger and way more exciting world to be in. And this leads us to the first major mind shift. To really get a handle on modern SEO, we have to ask a much bigger question first. What even is a search engine anymore? So let's blow up our old definition. For a second, just forget about Google. A search engine is simply any system that helps a user find something with a query. That's it. It's a simple idea, but it changes everything. Because once you start looking at the world through that lens, you see them everywhere. Amazon's search bar? That's a search engine. Your company's internal knowledge base? Search engine. Siri, Alexa, and yes, absolutely, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude are all powerful search engines. All of a sudden, search engine optimization just got a whole lot bigger, didn't it? Okay, now for the term that's causing so much confusion, semantic SEO. Is this the shiny new object that's pushing traditional SEO out of the way? The answer, thankfully, is a very clear and simple no. Let's just put this myth to bed right now. Semantic SEO is not a new kind of SEO. It's a more advanced, more intelligent strategy inside the discipline you already know and love. It's not a replacement. Think of it more like an upgrade, a powerful new layer you can add to everything you do. And this table here, it just lays out the shift perfectly. The old way, keyword-based SEO, was all about matching specific words. It was a game of whack-a-mole. But semantic SEO, it's different. It's about focusing on the meaning and the context behind those words. The goal isn't just to match a query. It's to connect concepts so that any platform, anywhere, can understand what you're talking about. At its core, semantics is just a fancy word for the study of meaning. So, a semantic strategy is all about building this rich, interconnected web of meaning around your topic. You're not just telling a search engine, hey, I have a page on apple pie. You're showing it how apple pie connects to baking, to desserts, to holidays, to cinnamon, to family traditions. You get the idea. And here's the payoff. This is why it's so critical right now. This strategy of building meaning is precisely what you need to do to get your content surfaced by AI assistants. These AIs are trying to understand and synthesize concepts. So if you feed them semantically rich, well-organized information, you're basically giving them exactly what they're looking for. So, if the strategy is shifting from just matching keywords to actually building meaning, what does that mean for us, for the people doing the work? Well, the role of the SEO pro is getting a whole lot more interesting. I absolutely love this analogy. The modern SEO isn't some back-alley algorithm hacker anymore. You're an architect. Your job is to build semantic bridges. On one side of that bridge, you have a human being with a real need, a question, a problem. And on the other side, you have the piece of information that perfectly answers it. Your job is to build the strong, clear bridge that connects the two.
And building this bridge isn't guesswork. It's a methodical process. It all starts with empathy. You have to truly understand what the person is looking for. Once you get that, you can architect the answer, structuring the information in a way that makes sense to both people and machines. And then, you create amazing content that actually delivers the goods. The last piece is just making sure the technical foundation is solid so the search engines can easily walk across that beautiful bridge you've just built.
Okay, so that brings us to the playbook. This is where we turn all this theory into something you can actually go and do. Let's look at the concrete practices that make this happen.
Building these semantic bridges isn't just a metaphor. It involves real architectural work. For example, building knowledge graphs. That just means you're mapping out all the connections between your concepts, creating a brain for your topic. Practicing disambiguation. That's all about making things crystal clear. If you write Jaguar, are you talking about the car or the cat? You have to spell it out. Creating controlled vocabularies is like having a rule book for your key terms, so you use them consistently. Analyzing user behavior, of course, helps you understand the real questions people have. And finally, implementing structured data is how you translate all that meaning into a language that machines, like Google, can understand perfectly. It's about building understanding, one block at a time.
So we'll leave you with this one last question. Think of it as your new North Star. The next time you're building a content strategy or a new web page, just ask yourself this. Are you trying to optimize for a mysterious black box algorithm, or are you optimizing for genuine human understanding? Because the future of being found online, well, it belongs entirely to those who choose understanding.